know it's the trenches. I really want to talk about this. It's going to work out. Everyone just owes you something. Please listen to me when I tell you, unless you're proactive, you're going to stay in those feelings. Comes back to my one goal, living in a constant state of heartbreak for like 2 years. Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited about today's video. I'm so glad that you decided to click on this because these are my favorite videos to make. Just sitting down and like really chatting with you guys and giving y'all some encouragement and advice. I love these videos. So welcome back to another Advice with Elise. I asked you guys on Instagram to put any questions or advice you wanted and y'all delivered. So we're gonna go through the list of questions while we get ready for the day. I'm looking really scary and pale right now, which I don't think I like. I have all my makeup here in this bag. We're gonna do probably just like my everyday makeup routine. I'm not really feeling like a full glam, so we're just gonna do basic everyday makeup while we go through some of y'all's questions and advice that you wanted. I'm just gonna go through and like randomly select a question and then talk about it for a little bit. So I'm also gonna do my makeup at the same time. Hopefully. Okay, one of the questions I got was choosing a college. How did you make the decision, or just general college advice for the girlies? I feel like I have a lot to say about this one. So first of all, I'm starting off with this brow glue from NYX. This is my favorite brow product. I love to like push my eyebrows up and this just stays the best I've found. But back to the advice. Number one, I would say you will end up exactly where you're supposed to. I feel like that sounds so cliche, but never in high school did I ever think that I would be moving to Florida until things panned out my senior year where I was not going to be able to attend the school that I always wanted to go to. It just like wasn't financially a smart decision. And so me and my mom literally just Google searched cheap colleges out of state and University of South Florida popped up. So it was really random that I decided to come here, which I feel like is such a God thing. Like everything works out as it's supposed to. And you're gonna get into the school that you're meant to go to. And if you get denied from your dream school, like just know that where you're meant to be, you're going to be. That's my encouragement to you. It's gonna work out. If you're going to college and you're stressed and you're worried, it's going to work out as it's meant to. I would also encourage you that if you can go to college away from your hometown and like experience something new, I would really encourage you to. I grew so much from this experience and I made so many new friends. I learned so much about myself. I wouldn't trade it for the entire world. You can always go back home. Like I'm literally moving back home. You can always go back home, but these are like 4 short years that you get to really embrace independence in a new season of your life. And I just feel like it's so important to do that. I would say once you're in college, something really important that I did, also, now I'm going in with the Lumi Glotion. I have stuck to this ever since it like went viral. It's the best bronzing drops. Once you're in college though, I would say really stay true to yourself. I think it's so important to have an identity, and for me that identity is in Christ and what he says about me and what scripture says and just who the Lord is. Like I put my full identity in Christ alone, and that has really led me throughout every decision I've made in college. Navigating friendships, navigating school, navigating my future. I just have stayed rooted in who I am. And I think that's so important because you can tend to feel so lost during those years of your life and so many different things can pull your attention so many different ways. But knowing who you are, staying true to that, and not letting these outside circumstances affect who you are is so important. And obviously, you know, during this time, you're gonna grow and you're gonna change and you're gonna learn more about yourself. But the root of who you are and your morals and what you stay true to is so important. Like, it's literally so important because people are gonna try to tell you who you are or what to do, and you can't listen to that. Okay, next I'm going with the NARS Radiate Creamy Concealer. This is my favorite concealer, and we're gonna pick out a new question because I talked about that for far too long. But this is kind of a fun one. Somebody asked, how do you get ideas for content? And it really made me think because I'm like, I don't really even know. I feel like I see so many people talk about content strategies or like having a niche and having this like whole spreadsheet of their ideas. I feel like there's so many strategies that you can take when it comes to content creation. There's so many different avenues. Like, do you want to be an influencer, or do you want to be like a TikTok shop creator, or there's just so many different things you can do with social media nowadays. But for me, I have always wanted to encourage people and be a light in some way, make people feel a little less alone. So I would say, although there's so many different ways to navigate it and no way is right or no way is wrong, what I have chosen to do is having a goal and a purpose behind my pages. So what do I want people to feel when they come to my pages? What do I want people to know about me? And what can I offer people? And for me, that's encouragement, to be a light, to be inspired in some way, whether that be, inspired in their faith, inspired in fashion, inspired in, laughing or embracing your feelings and like sharing the raw, vulnerable moments. I feel like everything I post comes back to my one goal, which is to encourage people. And that helps me navigate my content every day. And so I don't know, I would just say if you want to be an influencer specifically, think about how you are influencing people and how you want to impact them. And if your content flows from one true purpose that is specific to you individually, I think the Lord will bless that, and I think that you will reach the right audience that you're meant to reach. Next, I'm going in with my liquid bronzer. I'm almost out of this, but it's the Dew Bronze in the shade Swim from Say Beauty. This is one of my favorite products that I have. I feel like I always look so bronzed when I wear this. It's so good. The next question that I got literally just says heartbreak. So I really want to talk about this because I don't think it's something I use my platform to talk about enough at the time when I was going through it. And now that I'm on the other side, I really want to talk about this because I learned so much through a season of heartbreak in my life during that time in my life. So it was like my freshman and sophomore year of college. I had a boyfriend and it was just not meant for me. Like, this relationship was not gonna pan out, and I knew that, but I fought so hard for it. And if you are a girl who's been through anything similar, you totally understand. Like, the trenches are just the trenches when you're in it, and you know it's the trenches, but you can't get out. That was me for like 2 years of my life, and my entire life and being was consumed by this relationship that was failing and I knew was gonna fail. So I was living in a constant state of heartbreak for like 2 years. The best thing I ever did was delete my social medias for about a month and a half. I didn't have Instagram or TikTok on my phone, and that was one of the most joyful seasons of my life. I did that right after the actual breakup. It wasn't like that dwelling heartbreak anymore. It was like final official heartbreak that I went through. Deleting my social media and being so intentional about my time and my time with my friends was the best thing I ever did. I just want to encourage anybody who's experiencing a season of heartbreak to completely dive into that heartbreak and be so intentional about how you use that season of your life, because you can so easily become trapped in how you feel and trapped in thinking you're never going to get better, you're never going to come out of it. Those are real feelings. And unless you're proactive, you're going to stay in those feelings. I feel like I'm rambling, but what I'm really trying to say is be intentional about how you spend your season of heartbreak. Be intentional about the people that are around you. Be intentional about the way you pour into yourself, and don't stay there forever. It's okay to be there for a season. You can be stuck in that season even for multiple months, but be intentional about how you're trying to actively get out of it. Never think that you're alone. Seek advice and wisdom wherever you can. But ultimately, you have to apply that advice and wisdom to your life. Last thing I want to say about this and add to that is sometimes rejection will be the best redirection of your entire life. So just trust it. Trust the heartbreak is going to turn out better than you imagine. Trust that the person that's meant for you or whatever broke your heart, it doesn't even have to be like a boy. Like, it could be a circumstance that you're heartbroken about. Please trust that everything works out for the good. I feel like my life is a testament to that. So many things that didn't work out in my favor have led me to where I am today. That is such a gift. I'm so thankful for every heartbreak I've experienced, every redirection, every rejection that I've had in my life. It all led me here. And that's crazy to think about. So I'm so sorry that you're experiencing that, but trust that the bigger picture is happening behind the scenes. The Rhode Pocket Blush is so good. I'm a blush girl, so I'm very particular about the blushes that I use, but I love this shade. It's Date Cake, and it's more of like a red color. Honestly, like a reddish purple, but I love it so much. I feel like all of my answers to all of these questions have been like 30 minutes long. And I'm really sorry, but when I get talking, you guys, I can't stop and I just ramble on forever. Okay, I got a question that says how to make friends and deal with rude people. That made me laugh. Okay, I really want to talk mostly about the friends part of this because friendship in your teenage years, in your 20s, 30s, I bet it's just gonna probably be something that is kind of hard the rest of your life, your whole life. Just dealing with friendships and navigating losing friends, getting friends, who is in your life, and being intentional about who you decide to have in your life is so important. Something I really pride myself in is being a villager because I feel like everybody today wants a village but doesn't want to be a villager. Like, they want people to show up for them, but they don't show up for others. Like, I have been so intentional about being the friend that will go out of my way for people because I would want someone to go out of their way for me. And so I think the secret to having good friendships is being a good friend. Like, you cannot expect people to constantly show up for you and champion you and be good friends to you when you don't do that for anybody else. I think that there's just like this mindset that everyone just owes you something and they don't. So at the end of the day, be a good friend, be a good person, like share things with people, pick people up from the airport, do things to inconvenience yourself for the people in your life. And I promise that that will return to you. Like, people will start doing that for you. And even if they don't, it feels good to just do things for people, to be a good friend. Like, that is saying so much about you that you go out of your way for others. So I think behind that, I would say with the people in your life, be very intentional. We have all these like characteristics that we want when it comes to like a romantic partner. Like, oh, he has to be tall, or he has to be like kind, or he needs to be giving. And we are so quick to judge. Like, oh, well, he did X, Y, and Z. He wouldn't be a good boyfriend. But usually when it comes to friendship, I feel like we kind of just let anybody in our lives. I think it's important to be intentional about the people you let in your life because those people are going to have an impact on you and you're going to have an impact on them. And so not only do you want people in your life that can be a good friend to you, but you want people in your life that you can be a good friend to. Friendship, be intentional about who you choose to have in your life. Be intentional as a friend and be intentional when you're picking your friends. If you know, you know. This is my favorite makeup product, Makeup by Mario blush in the shade Strawberry Sunset. It's the best. It literally makes me look like I have a sunburn. I love it. I love this question. It says, embracing your natural features. That is a wonderful question because it's so, so important. Please listen to me when I tell you. Beauty is so subjective. Point blank period. Beauty is subjective. The woman that I find to be the most beautiful woman to ever walk the earth, somebody else could completely disagree. I think that boys with blonde curly hair is so cute and so attractive. Somebody else probably thinks blonde hair, curly hair is not cute at all. They're like, oh no, I don't like that. It's so subjective, and the beauty standard is constantly changing, and you're never gonna be able to keep up with it. If you are constantly looking to the media or to outside people or sources for validation that you are beautiful, you are constantly going to fall behind and you're never going to be fulfilled. I'm going in with a lip liner now. This is the Revlon lip liner in the shade Raisin, I believe. I love this. I wear this every single day. It's my favorite color. Back to what I was saying. Beauty. You were beautifully and wonderfully made. That is literally the truth of the situation. I don't care what the world tells you. I don't care what you tell yourself when you look in the mirror. None of that is truth. The truth is you are beautifully and wonderfully made. Walk in that and know that you're beautiful and embrace your natural features because those are the things that make you uniquely yourself. It would be such a disservice to the world if you did not exist exactly as you are. You were so meant to be on this earth exactly the way you were created. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Ultimately, I hope that you just find confidence in that truth. I'm finishing off my makeup with this Rhode, I think it's like the peptide lip treatment or something. I don't know. I used to never use this with my makeup, but now I do because it's my favorite. I just want to encourage you guys. I love making these videos and sharing my advice with you, and it is such a privilege to have this community on YouTube. I'm so thankful for you guys. You guys are my favorite people ever. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much again for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.